Welcome back to LDB Games. I'm Lord Darth Balls. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. And in this video, I'm going to go through how I farm Fire Knight Stage 20. They just dropped, in my opinion, one of the best dungeon events that they ever come around with. There is a 3 times chance of getting Savage Gear from Fire Knight. Now, Savage Gear, in my opinion, is the choice gear set from Fire Knight. Stun's really good for some progression. Regen is great for solo content as well as Hydra. Shield and crit damage have some niche use. Immunity's not bad, but again, Savage is my favorite. So I've got a Seer team built for my Fire Knight 20 team. If you don't have Seer, I have a different composition, a little bit more free-to-play friendly. I'll pin that up top. And I also have this one. So if you have Duchess but not Seer, this one works as well. It just takes a little bit longer. The double Coldheart is nice, but Duchess is in there because they die a lot on wave 2. But we're here to talk about my main team. This is about a 60-70 second farm, which is really nice, right? Seer takes care of the waves with the buffs from Lydia. Renegade resets them. And then when you get to the boss, there are only 2 things that you need to think about and to consider. Is 1, getting the shield down. So you need as many multi-hit abilities as possible. And number 2, keeping his turn meter down. Once you break that shield, you do not want to let the Fire Knight get another turn. He'll reset his shield and it just delays the fight even more. So I have Allure in there as well as Coldheart to keep the turn meter down. So like I said, this is about a 60 to 70 second run. I think my best is 57 seconds. The first 2 rounds are pretty quick, right? Renegade just opens up. We've got Siren's Wail, give us 2 buffs, throw out decreased defense and weaken, melt the waves with Seer. Renegade comes in, she resets the abilities. We get the 2 buffs from Lydia. Now with Seer's 4-turn cooldown, she uses her A2, gets another buff, and I've got Coldheart using her A1 to wake up as few people as possible from Allure's sleep. We're at the boss. Renegade opens with her A2. That's triple hitter. We've got Lydia's A3. That's double hitter. Ooh, Seer gets another turn. That A1 is kind of nice. Shields down from Allure. Opens with the A1 on Coldheart because we don't have the decreased defense weaken out. There it is, right? Kymer burn hits 400k. Boom, you see all that turn meter control from Allure, that triple hit A1. There's the Heart Seeker with a nice chunk of damage and all of that turn meter down. Reset the cooldowns once more. Let's see if are we going to break? Oh, we broke a minute. Nice. My best is 57. That was 59. That was a pretty good run to get started. I think I might roll those, see if they're good for a defense-based champion. So let's take a look at the preset and the stats, and then I'll go over the builds. You do want to use an AI for this so that you can minimize rather the amount of time spent on the waves. So Allure running about 216 speed, plenty of accuracy. The only thing that matters is her A1, where she, on a crit with each of her 3 hits, can decrease the target's turn meter by 25%. That's the all-star ability. Round 2, I have her open with Temptation. This puts a sleep out. It takes an extra turn for my team to get it back around to Seer's Karma Burn, so I want to control the wave as much as possible. But when we get to the boss, all I want her doing is A1 in, A1 in, A1 in, keep that turn meter down. Seer's running 213 speed. She's got 245 crit damage. She's got 3.1k attack and almost 400 accuracy. This is way more than enough. I use her in Doom Tower wave clears, so I have her accuracy pumped up a little bit higher. Round 1, I want her opening with Karma Burn and then never using either of her abilities again. Round 2, she's going to open with Clan Banner. That's her natural AI setup, and that works just fine. And then by the time her second turn comes around, Karma Burn's back, and she melts the waves. So no need to do anything on round 2. And then round 3, I want her to come back around to Karma Burn as much as possible. So I disabled her A2 and leave it just A1 and A3. The A1's got that really nice little extra chance of getting another turn to, again, get back around to Karma Burn. Lydia on round 1, she's in here pretty much for 2 reasons, right? She has a decreased defense and weaken on her A2, which is incredible for increasing your damage output, and then she's got 2 buffs on this as well, which is what you need to have Seer maximize her damage. So round 1, she opens with A2, doesn't use either again. Same exact setup on round 2. I have Renegade going a little bit faster than her 257, so she can reset her at the beginning of round 2. And then round 3, I have her opening with Nullification for the double hit, but I don't want her using it again. This actually takes quite a bit of time in terms of the animation for it. I'd rather her use her A1 and A2 to keep this round as fast as possible. Coldheart, just did a video on. I'll pin to that up top. I have her at 181 speed, 70% crit rate, because her big ability, the A3, has an extra 30% chance of a crit, which allowed me to get 322 crit damage. She's got just enough accuracy to get her job done. 220 is kind of like the minimum standard for stage 20 on Fire Knight. Anything above 255 is kind of just unnecessary. I never want her using her Heartseeker until she gets to the boss. Round 2, I don't want her using her A2, really. Actually, it never happens, but when Allure does her sleeps, I don't want to wake everyone up, just in case they get a turn. I'd rather use the A1. She's got the mastery to decrease turn meter, so if she does wake them up, she kicks their turn meter back just a little bit, which is nice. And then round 3, I want her opening with the A1 for 2 reasons. One, just in case the shield's not down yet, I want her multi-hit to come through. She's got a little bit of turn meter reduction on her A1 from her mastery to help get started. And Lydia hasn't done, in this setup, Lydia will not have done her A2 yet by the time Coldheart gets her first turn. And I don't want to unleash Heartseeker until Lydia puts out decreased defense and weaken to maximize the amount of damage that she does. And Renegade's in here only for the reset, so she needs to be fast enough to go before my Lydia to make sure that she's resetting everything as much as possible, and she's got enough accuracy. Accuracy is kind of nice. It's not necessary, but it just helps land that decreased speed. So round 1, I don't want her doing anything. Round 2, she's going to open with her A3, reset everyone's abilities, and then I don't want her using any of her abilities again. And then round 3, she's opening with that A2 because it is a triple hitter. And I have her continuing to use it because when she lands that decreased speed, it's just a nice kind of added bonus to help keep that turn meter of the Fire Knight down. That's the setup. Let's take a look at some of the gear. You can see how I have them built. Whoops. Lydia, full perception set. I have high resistance, high accuracy for other content. She's way overpowered for this. But the big thing is speed, right? To go first, to go ahead, to get her decreased defense and weaken, and just enough accuracy to do the job. I have her in speed boots, accuracy chest plate, defense gloves, and a spattering of speed, resistance, and accuracy through the rest of the build. Accessories, I got resistance on the banner, HP on the amulet, and defense with quite a bit of defense percentage on the ring. For Allure, the only 2 things that you need, absolutely need, are 100% crit rate and enough accuracy to get the job done. Some extra crit damage, really nice to have, and get her running nice and fast is always good as well. So I have her in speed boots with a little bit of crit rate. Got HP percentage on the chest. Got some nice crit damage gloves with a boatload of speed on them. And then through the rest of the artifacts, crit rate, triple roll there with some accuracy and speed, and crit damage where I can find it. Nice double roll on the accuracy there. And then for the accessories, I've got accuracy on the banner, a little bit of speed, crit damage on the amulet with a nice little bit of accuracy, and HP on the ring with a nice chunk of attack percentage. You'll see I also have her in cruelty. Decreases the Fire Knight's defense up to 15%. Basically, after 3 of her turns, this is done, and the Fire Knight's defense is reduced as much as possible, allowing Seer and Coldheart to really do maximum damage. Seer, built-in Savage. You can see I love Savage gear, which is why I'm taking part in this event. And she is built for damage. 245 crit damage, 100% crit rate, decent attack, and enough accuracy to get her buff strip done. Doesn't really come into play in Fire Knight, but it does when I use her in other content. I do have an opportunity here for an increase in damage. I'll get around to that, but these gloves have really nice crit rate rolls on them. Accuracy on the chest plate. I got speed on the boots. And then I've got crit rate, attack, speed, accuracy, crit damage throughout the nice triple roll crit rate right there. Throughout the other abilities that I have. And then I've got accuracy on the banner with a bit of speed and attack. I've got crit damage on the amulet, and I've got attack with attack percentage. This is a pretty weak ring. I could probably get a better one. But she does the job really well. Coldheart, I did a video on. I'll pin that up top. She's built in Savage and Cruel to really maximize the damage that she has. Similar to Seer, crit damage maxed. Crit damage gloves with crit rate on the substats. This is probably my best pair of gloves, but that was just such a sad moment for me. HP on the chest with a substantial amount of crit damage, speed on the boots, and then I'm looking for mainly crit damage. That extra 30% crit rate on the A3 really allows me to leverage as much damage as possible on Coldheart. Accuracy on the banner so that she can do her turn meter control. We've got crit damage on the amulet with, I guess, a little bit of accuracy. There's some opportunity there. And we've got attack on the ring with some HP percentage. And we've got Renegade, who really only needs to be going fast enough to get her reset in time. Right, so you notice I've got 6-piece speed gear, speed on the boots, speed substats everywhere I can find them. In her build, accuracy isn't necessary at all. You'll see I do have enough with my 274 speed, but if you can't get the accuracy, don't worry about it. The only reason I have it there is for the decreased speed. It's just a nice little extra way of getting... keeping the Fire Knight's turn meter down as much as possible and preventing him from getting a turn. But her real highlight is Sacrificial Ritual, decreasing the cooldown of all skills. So we want her coming back around to that as much as possible. And then I do have some nice speed on the banner as well. Accuracy on the amulet, really not that important. These last two accessories here aren't really that important. At the end of the day, it's just a matter of keeping her alive. That's my team, guys. As I make it farther and farther into the end game, Savage is really my primary focus for farming alongside of Spider. So I've really moved into Fire Knight a lot more than in the past. That ignoring defense on Savage is pretty epic, making it one of the best sets for nukers. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching the whole video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you can see videos that I come out with in the future. And I'll catch you in the next video, guys. Enjoy your raid.